This is McCook's Mr. Bill. It's an honor to have you here. My wife and I got married in 1973, and 73, 74 was a bad winter. Storm after storm hit this area of southwest Nebraska, northwestern Kansas, and a few of them were blizzards. I said classified as blizzards, absolutely. And so I tell you about one blizzard, two stories within that one blizzard. There was a young couple. They were engaged to be married, and they had come from the academy out there by Colorado Springs, and they'd come to the eastern part of Kansas to visit their family for the weekend, and they headed home into that blizzard. They really didn't worry because they said, we've got a four-wheel drive. And all too often people think that they're invincible if they drive a four-wheel drive. Sadly, that's not the case. And as they came back across the interstate here in Kansas, they ran off the road. They ran off the road. And they had not prepared. They were lightly dressed. And so the next morning when the road crews finally got through that area, they found that car in the four-wheel drive and opened the doors to find the young man and the young woman frozen to death. They died. About a mile down the road there was a van, an old clunker van, and they figured and hoped that there would only be one dead and hopefully not a family in there dead, frozen. But when they opened the door, a man in the back of the van sat up and he said, what do you need? What do you need? And why had he survived? He'd survived because he had heavy clothes on and a heavy coat, and he had a sleeping bag, a heavy sleeping bag in the back of that van. And so he just crawled in there. And he survived the night without any heat other than that sleeping bag. I hope you consider carrying blankets, if not sleeping bags, one for everyone, and heavy duty. Hand warmers nowadays, which they didn't have back then, are very cheap and very available and can last 18 hours. Rest assured, your life is worth a few dollars now, and to prepare by having blankets and a shovel in there to help dig yourself out. And remember, running a vehicle in a blizzard can get you into a rock and a hard place if you're stranded and you can't move that vehicle. More than a few people have lost their lives to carbon monoxide poisoning. I want to keep you alive, and I want to see you on the other side of 2018.